Okay. I will be quick in this presentation as well because we have great speakers here and you want to hear from them. But unfortunately, Mary Christensen, she's not here to talk about the low-carbon concrete guide on materials. As I said before, this is currently in production. In summary, purpose of this guide, okay? First, discuss concrete's role in global carbon emissions. Again, some of you already know, some of you still want to know how concrete contributes to global carbon emissions. So, this guide in the beginning discuss about concrete's role in global carbon emissions. Then it explains key concepts of low carbon concrete and life cycle thinking, provide strategic guidance on selecting low carbon alternatives to either traditional Portland cement or other ingredients such as aggregates, reinforcement, okay? And also provide advanced design strategies, for example, using ultra-high performance concrete. And then educate the stakeholders about current market options and development technologies. This is a very, very brief summary, okay? So the guide is organized into 4 parts. Part 1, discuss understanding the carbon footprint of concrete. Part 2, exploring low-carbon alternative Portland cement. Part 3, exploring low-carbon alternatives to non-binder concrete materials. And Part 4 is devoted to advanced design strategies for low-carbon concrete. Throughout this guide, whenever we talk about different materials, they are categorized as proven, emerging, or experimental, depending on their readiness level as defined in this table. If we have a closer look at Part 1, understanding the carbon footprint of concrete, there are 4 chapters. So first chapter is devoted to the role of concrete in global carbon emissions, talking about how it contributes, the carbon numbers, and even roadmaps, etc. Okay. Chapter 2 discusses traditionally produced Portland cement concrete. Because in order to understand how to change the system to reduce carbon, we first need a good understanding of what we do traditionally. So again, those who need that information, this chapter walk you through traditionally produced Portland cement concrete. That includes production of Portland cement. Chapter 3 discusses life cycle carbon, including frameworks, metrics, and benchmarks. So this chapter discusses life cycle analysis, EPDs, PCR, some of the terminology that need to understand how to reduce carbon emissions. Chapter 4 discusses balance material selection consideration, because we cannot just think about carbon emissions as we build, right? We need to consider performance, we need to consider social impact, we need to consider economic impact. So this chapter discusses what we need to focus. All right, this part 2, exploring low carbon alternatives to Portland cement. As you see, there are several chapters. So chapter 5 discusses strategies for reducing the carbon footprint of the binder. As you see in the, let me see. In this flowchart, there are different bind options. Either you can replace or partially replace Portland cement using supplementary cementitious materials or mineral fillers. Or you can use low-carbon Portland cement. You still see 150 cement, but they produce differently so that the carbon footprint is less compared to traditional Portland cement. Then discuss blended cements under that category, and then discuss full replacement using alternative cements. So chapters 6 through 9 are devoted to those different alternatives to Portland cement. Supplementary cementitious is a big chapter, and then part 3, exploring low carbon alternatives to non-binder concrete materials. In this part, they discuss aggregates, reinforcement, and water in concrete. Because we know that cement is, or binder is the main contributor, but we cannot ignore other ingredients. Okay? Because if we think about the whole life cycle, we need to consider all of these and try to come up with the best way to reduce carbon. So it provides the guidance, what's available now, what are the alternatives, what can we do better in order to achieve low carbon concrete. The last part, advanced design strategies for low carbon concrete. Here discuss chapter 13 is devoted to advanced mixture optimization for low carbon concrete. Discusses about durability, how to use chemical admixtures to improve mixtures, and how to use advanced mixture optimization. Chapter 14, that's the last one, discusses advanced concrete and their role in carbon construction, for example, using ultra-high performance concrete. Okay? Again, this is a very brief summary, and throughout this guide, it highlights that we need life cycle thinking, balanced decision-making, collaboration across the value chain, and adopting proven practices while embracing innovation. Okay? So, quick summary of this guide. Again, we are very excited. This is under production. Hopefully, this will be out within a month. And if you have any questions, please talk to me or contact us through email.